Wait, no, we're not doing the Spaceballs bit.
But then will be now soon.
But when will be then? Now.
Now.
The reason,
God, I love that bit so much.
The reason you can't interrupt me when I'm singing is because Iron Butterfly can't be interrupted.
Wanna bet?
And I gotta...
Shut the fuck up.
You're not...
Count. I stopped talking.
You're not... You were once a moth.
I was once a moth. How's it going? Welcome to the podcast, everybody. We don't know where we're fucking doing anymore. We're on episode like fucking 300 or some shit now.
Well, welcome back. Same as always, the four craftsmen of the apocalypse.
I'm eating a sub.
He's downing a foot long, as he usually does, and we are here to talk about the usual thing we're here to talk about. Politics and why gaming has persuaded politics so much. Ubisoft has taken over the White House, and Watch Dogs is finally coming back with a good sequel.
I am currently downing an Ocean Gate sub.
Wow. That was a funny joke. That was a really good one.
I could tell everyone laughed. It was pretty good, right?
I gave you a fake snicker.
I'm not sure what's better, the fact that my picture on Marcus' stream is just that, like, really, really shitty, low-quality picture. And it just has the animated mouth on it that pops up when I talk.
Yeah. Or the fact that you just have a shitty PNG wizard made in like fucking paint that flashes when you're talking.
Honestly, not sure which one's better. They're both pretty good.
We need to get you an actual fucking thing. It's been like 4 fucking years.
Man. You're the artist. Draw me a picture.
No. I feel like it's way funnier to keep it the paint version. Because hold on, we have the greatest selection. We have an actual human being. We have a VTuber. We have somebody who actually is an artist who has like really good like things. Kazu makes really good art, and then we just have Levi with this default PNG. I feel like we have every stage of quality here.
Are you telling me that I don't make great art? Are you telling me this is not the best wizard you've ever seen?
Truthfully, man, that is the greatest wizard I've ever seen. I was just saying that
it's not like you're talking shit. I won't lie.
The programs and the
even Beef Oven peaked.
Oh my! Did you say beef oven?
Yeah.
Dude, I love whenever we say beef oven. It gets me every single time. Beef oven really peaked back in the day.
I thought I heard beef oven for a second. So I was like,
oh my God.
Oven. Beethoven. That sounds stupid.
Yeah, so stupid. Oh God. You know, Beef Oven's been quaking in his grave since fart.png came out. Sorry, MP3. Oh my God. What do you think, honestly, really thinking about it, what do you think a musician from the past would think about modern music?
What the fuck is this noise?
What?
You'd shit all over it.
That's probably true.
Yeah, I also think it depends on the
I think
the
it's
musician.
Could you imagine Beethoven getting down to like fucking
baby metal?
Nicki Minaj.
Dude,
could you have said something
throwing
better?
it back. Dude, he starts throwing it back to Nicki Minaj.
None unless you got buns, hun.
Dude, I would absolutely love it, just like him getting down to Britney Spears or something.
Dude, Beethoven would start twerking to a fucking Cardi B song.
I feel that as long as the structure is good, it would be like giving a kid their first iPad. It'd be like all the neurons are firing and he's wondering how the sound was created, and we're just like, well, we have these machines that are powered by electricity. You might not have heard of it.
Maybe that's how we torture Andrew Jackson. We put him in a fucking chair and then we like force his eyelids open so he has to watch Coco Melon for 24 hours.
Why would you need to torture Andrew Jackson? He's dead.
He hasn't atoned for his sins. We gotta dig him up.
They just want you to think he's dead.
Oh my God, you guys remember his fucking final words were, telling his children that he'll see them in heaven. It's like, buddy, I don't think you're going to heaven.
Oh my god. If the government came out and just said, "Yeah, guys, we already perfected necromancy. We have a secret cabal of the presidents underneath the White House," I'd be like,
Believe
I believe it.
That would explain why Congress doesn't do anything.
That would explain why it never changes. uh,
Even though it's really funny because they weren't doing anything, now they're doing everything fucking horribly.
War never changes.
Dude, oh my god, me and Brie were watching a movie the other day and it gave me the "war never changes" line, and I was just like, kill yourself.
Bro, I'm waiting for Fallout Season 2. Where that boy?
That was what it was. It was Fallout. I watched the first Fallout series. I'm like, god damn it, never give me the "war never changes."
That's the whole point of Fallout. What do you mean?
No, but like we always hear the "war never changes," and not just from Fallout. Like Call of Duty has used it. Like anything that's using against war or anything uses the line "war never changes."
Except for Metal Gear Solid. In that case, war has changed.
Exactly. They were smart. War has changed.
Oh. Yeah, and now all of the tech moves. That's honestly. Why does it move? Is it ever explained why it moves?
I don't know,
No.
something like there's a little fucking gremlin inside the thing, and they use like the power of fucking dairy to power the. I don't fucking know, man.
I feel like they were like, if they were like using it as like a brain controlled cow brain is operating the thing, like maybe.
How do you know they're not?
That's the worst part. Is it's Kojima? It probably is.
I mean,
Any answer
realistically,
is just as likely as not to be the answer.
I mean, if you think about it, they kind of behave like bulls.
True, they charge. God damn it. Fuck. Damn it. Now I'm making headcanon for Metal Gear. Anyways, how has everybody's week been? Been playing any decent games?
Been pretty good. Monster Hunter, Bragpunk, the finals, Repo.
No, he said decent game.
So true. Dude, anything
as
that's
much as
online,
I-
you have to cross off as a decent game.
As much as I hate the
I was talking about
finals.
Reaper.
Oh my god.
Wild out of all of them, just to call out Repo.
I was gonna say, as much as I
where's the
hate the
update at?
finals, I do have fun playing with friends.
Okay, so sorry, not to get like off topic again.
Mhm.
I went and looked up geckos and I was trying to find out why they mooed.
Oh
Alright.
no.
Apparently the reason they like shit themselves after battle is because of the lactic acid buildup in the artificial muscles in the leg, so it just shits it out.
That's fucking crazy.
Thanks, Kojima. Glad you had to model that.
So you're telling me the noise it's make is just the sheerness of it dying?
No, I don't think that's what it is. It doesn't really say why they move, but
Oh, okay.
that was just another fun tidbit that I found.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought that'd be much funnier if it just mooed. Because god damn it,
Oh, Phoenix said Dune Spice Wars for me. On the topic
dude,
of
that game's gonna
Fallout and
suck
stuff.
ass.
Here's your lore reason.
Nah, dude, Dune Spice Wars is different than Dune whatever.
No, I know. I'm just saying the new Dune game is gonna suck ass. I can just feel it.
Okay,
No.
No, I
Kazu.
feel it.
Kazu, I really like. So it says geckos were designed to replicate the sounds of peaceful animals to, do psychological damage to people or something. Or lower their guard on the battlefield. I think that's funny as fuck because a cow sounds fucking horrifying if you don't know what it is.
When you're in the middle of a
except everyone
city,
knows what cows are.
when you're in the middle of a city and you hear a cow moo, yep, totally normal, nothing to see here. My
Yeah,
guard's
no,
down.
yeah, exactly.
Honestly,
like imagine,
shitting my pants more.
dude, imagine you're in like the Sahara Desert or something, and you hear a fucking cow moo. You're gonna be like, dude, I gotta get the fuck
You
out
hear
of
a
here.
dog barking.
Dude, if the Shagoha mood, I would have went crazy. Does
the
a
sh-
flyby on the actual drills, and you just hear moo as it flies by.
I feel like if the Shagohod moved, it would just rupture the eardrums of anyone within like an immediate vicinity.
I think Metal Gear Philanthropist should have just had that one voice line from Skullface uploaded. So when it attacked, it just went, "Hoo!"
That
Ooh.
would have been peak.
Oh god. When Delta's coming out. Delta's coming out soon. We're getting closer to Delta.
Soon. Still
It's
got-
soon. listen. My death is farther away than Delta, so or I hope.
Oh, we have 5 months still, buddy. We're
Oh,
Death
well,
Stranding 2 before Delta.
yeah, you're literally going to get everything you need to play out the rest of this year and never touch another game.
True.
Dude, have you been seeing the teasers for Resident Evil 9? I hear it's been I hopefully it's a good push into a new direction.
Oh, we'll see. Last time they reinvented the Resident Evil games, it didn't go well.
You are correct. It'll be fine. They're saying it's gonna be like 7 and 4. That'll be
This is like-
great.
This is like the Pokemon thing, where they announce a new one, and I'm hopefully skeptical because they fucked up every other one.
Dude, I'm much more happy that somebody is doing something good with Pokemon with Lego creating Pokemon now.
I feel like it was because Lego figured out that they were missing out on the cash cow. Finally.
No. You're wrong about that.
They're gonna make a fuck ton of money off of that. You can't deny that.
No. They're gonna make a fuck ton of money off of that, but you're wrong about how that deal went down. That's why Pokemon's been going with Mega Blocks for the longest time, is that Nintendo did not want to bend to Lego.
Yeah, why the
Nintendo
fuck, what-
finally came
what-
back.
Why the also? This is like I don't even need to tell you this, but it's actually not Nintendo that does those deals. It's
Pokemon
either
company?
Creatures Inc. or it's the Pokemon Company.
I'm still saying the Pokemon Company, but yes.
Because
Not Nintendo, but I just referred to them as the same entity because they have the same shrill mechanics and overall
yeah, I mean,
ideas.
you have the right idea because they all like Creatures Inc., Game Freak, and Nintendo all own Pokemon, so theoretically,
All I'm
right.
saying is a bunch of conceited assholes who didn't think that they held all the power did not have the deal go through.
I've also though, like, I agree with that. Why the fuck would Nintendo feel like they should bend the leg to Lego? They own fucking Pokemon. Lego is Lego, and Pokemon is Pokemon. It's like
That's okay. This is a different thing then. We're crossing different markets. At the time when it was happening, Nintendo wasn't very much, or Pokemon as well, in the actual toy market. So them breaking into it even further with Lego would have been astronomical. And Lego held all the power at that time.
I think they
The
already
reason
have
this
a-
is probably going through is probably because nobody cares anymore.
I actually think that Pokemon already had like a really incredible grasp on the toy market because that's how they make a majority of their money. It's something like 60 or 70% of their money comes from toys and other merchandise.
Did everybody stop talking, or am I dead?
You're not dead. Everybody just stop talking.
We should have
Okay.
stayed silent. We should have stayed silent to make him
Mm.
be like, "Fuck, I'll be right back. Let me fix my shit."
Because
riveting podcast, let me tell you. 5 minutes of silence.
I just don't know how strong their hold was in the toy market Pokemon back in the early 2000s.
It was pretty good. I mean,
I don't
You
think
gotta
it was
think-
as strong as they were breaking. No, you're giving way too much. I think you're giving way too much credit for them at
no,
that
I
time.
mean, you got to think though, because when we were kids, we were buying Pokemon merch.
Yeah, but we were buying like
Nah,
cards.
Pokemon merch was much less common back in the day.
It definitely
And
was
it was-
less common.
Like
It was
card-
like a
cards were kind
ball
of
with
thing,
a Pokemon
but
in it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like if you wore Pokemon merch, you were kind of like.
I'm
you were
saying
I could agree that Lego was bigger back then, but right now, I don't think so.
yes. That's why I'm saying right now it's probably just a case of they just don't care anymore.
Nah, Lego's
And
still
they would rather
fucking
have
massive, so they can get away with charging fucking $100 for a fucking bag of plastic.
No, I'm
Dude.
just saying the working together and everything. I'm sure it's
Oh,
just
yeah,
now
yeah,
they're
yeah.
just probably like, it doesn't matter.
They need to bring back Bionicle.
You're never
Maybe.
getting Bionicle again.
Like I want them to give us I want them to do reruns of the Bionicles, specifically the ones where you could fold them into a sphere and you could roll them.
You mean Bakugan?
No.
Weren't those things spherical too?
They were, but they weren't
of
like
every-
Legos or anything.
Out of every childhood toy, hands down, what we need to come back is Beyblade.
Oh god. We should make actual Beyblades just like razors.
I think
Oh my
Beyblade's
god,
still,
like
I think
Oh,
Beyblade's still popping off. I mean, it's like a cult classic now, right?
I would love for us to do
They
illegal,
still sell Beyblades.
illegal
Mhm.
street Beyblade fights. It's
Yeah, I feel like
horrifying.
I feel like Beyblade's never left. I think it's just like as we got older, we kind of just forgot about them.
Did every toy try to just replace Beyblades?
What?
What?
Like, after Beyblades, we got Bakugan. After Bakugan, we got another toy.
Actually, I think Beyblade and Bakugan came out around the same time.
I feel like Beyblade's older than Bakugan.
It might be like maybe a year
Bakugan.
older.
Has existed.
Alright, I'll go for Beyblade.
Okay, hold up. For the video game, for the TV series. Not to be.
Ni- 1999 for Beyblade.
Yeah, I
Damn.
was gonna say the earliest thing I can find for Bakugan is 2007. Is that really that new?
God
Yeah.
damn.
Boom! Cartoon Wizard coming in, letting you know. Let it rip.
Also,
the knowledge.
I don't think that they're competing for each other though, because Beyblade and Bakugan are like extremely
They
different.
weren't. They weren't
But they're-
competing. They were attempting to take over the space.
Yeah, they're both like battle sphere toys. Right?
So,
Kind
so
One
yeah.
of them's a card game.
Well, yeah, but you rolled out the thing, and then you did the damage, and it was still an
Yeah, but
interactive toy.
This is true, but I think that they appeal to different people.
I still think that if you played Beyblade and then you saw Bakugan came out, you got into Bakugan.
Like, if you gave me the choice between Bakugan and Beyblade, I'd just be like, why the fuck can't I play both? Like I feel like it's
It's not
different than choosing
allowed,
between
Marcus.
Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh.
You can't have both. It's not allowed.
We're
Damn it.
just saying that Beyblades, when they fell off, Bakugan was the thing that was there as the next thing, the next trend.
Bakugan did get really fucking popular when I was a kid. I mean, it had a whole fucking anime for like 4 years or something.
And if we really wanted to do this before Beyblade, it was like Pogs and shit.
Oh god, not the pogs.
We can go back through trends if we really wanna.
You guys remember UB
Fucking
Funkies?
milk caps, dude.
Anyone remember UB Funkies?
That sounds
Ew.
familiar.
Oh, Silly Bands was another good.
Oh yeah, I remember
You guys
Funkies.
talking about your Bakugans and your Beyblades, but you forgot about Zoobles.
The fuck is a Zooble?
Why does this sound familiar?
Dude, oh my god. Like, oh wait, hold on. What was the other one? Like Hex Bugs as well.
Dude, Hexbugs were awesome. Dude, I
I think
fucking
it's
love
still good
Hexbugs.
Hexbugs.
Wait,
Hold on. Didn't we look at Hex Bugs like a little bit ago, you and me, Kazu? And it has like way expanded far beyond where it was as kids. There's like arenas and different things.
Oh yeah, it's so much different now.
Oh,
Hold on. What was that game where okay, so they were a toy, but they had a code that you could redeem online and you would
Okay.
play them online.
Skylanders?
That was
Ah,
Web.
Webkins.
I was
No,
thinking
no.
Webkins.
Wait, hold on, what did Levi say?
I said Skylanders. That's the one for like the Wii that you got the figurines you put the thing on.
It is very similar to
Character design.
Skylanders, but I don't think it's Skylanders.
I think Webkins definitely is similar. That's probably
Obvious.
No,
Obviously,
no,
he's thinking
no,
of Club Penguin.
1,000%. I think it's more similar to Skylanders than Webkins because they were
Oh.
like action figures or something, or they were like cards or something.
I was gonna say webkins were like stuffed animals, weren't they?
Yeah.
I know there was some stuff that came with Club Penguin stuff that redeemed cards and stuff that you could
That being said,
use for
did any of
online.
y'all have a Poochie when you were younger?
A
Poochie?
Poochie?
Bro, don't talk about my Poochie.
Yeah, a Poochie.
A Poochie?
Oh, I had one of those
Yes!
things.
Oh my
yeah.
god!
No, I had the
We're-
penguin
God, we're
version,
having...
and I had whatever the fuck this one was.
God, I feel like I'm having like Vietnam flashbacks from the past.
What
now. This
you
is
fucking
horrifying.
It's called a I think it's
Bro,
called an
forgot about the spore.
I think it's called a
Oh!
zizzle.
Dude, I remember
It
those
literally
as
is
well.
a spore creature, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Oh,
called
God.
it's called a zizzle.
Ugh.
And those little knobs on it, you could twist them around and shit, and you would play music with it or something. It was pretty cool.
Hold on. I need you guys to know that there's a crossover that just happened from a childhood brand as well, and you're gonna be fucking stoked about it.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Prove it.
Well, you won't, Levi. You don't really care, but you might.
Prove it.
Zoids crossed Monster Hunter.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, Zoid.
Dude, don't you remember Zoids? Zoids was crazy.
I'm gonna
as a
look this up, and
cartoon.
it's gonna be like hardcore drugs or something.
No.
I have no idea what Zoids is, I'll be honest.
Wait,
Oh,
hold
it's
on.
like a,
It's coming back to me.
it's like American Gundam.
Yeah, this is coming back to me. Oh, dude, no, dude, I remember this. Holy shit! I had the I had the blue fucking tiger one.
Tiger? Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Oh god. Oh holy shit.
This
Oh god.
this is a deep cut. What the
Oh
fuck?
god. Sorry, I'm bringing back childhood things here for everybody.
They're
Oh.
bringing back the Noid.
Oh,
Noid
God.
forever.
Oh god, Noid.
I think out of every toy that truly went hard, the fact that they started making the Power Rangers like little mechs actually transform into the larger mech was so hype to me. Oh, Transformers were such a good toy as well.
I remember I
Oh.
played a lot with the Littlest Pet Shop when I was younger. Like the games and stuff.
Oh yeah. Bree was so obsessed with Neopets for the longest time, and now she doesn't touch it.
I was also obsessed with Neopets.
She went back to it, and then she just kept playing it for months on end. It became her like her MMO, where she went and did dailies and stuff.
Dude, I am trying so hard to find this thing. It had a game where you could put your codes into and you would play against other people. Fuck, dude.
Speaking of Fallout, Levi, when are we all going back to Fallout 76? We can be ghouls now.
I did see that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe someday.
It unlocks a special quest at level 50 to transform into a ghoul. That's sick. That's fantastic.
I do have the ghoul's
Oculus.
armor on there, so I think I could become the ghoul. Or have some cowboy armor that's pretty similar to the ghouls anyway.
Oh shit! If you do not take a preventative chem every once in a while, you have a chance to become feral.
My god.
Let's see. There are also different reactions. Vendors have a ghouls. Which seem they do not specify. Let me see if in the trailer it shows anything. I like how this is all in preparation because the show just finished up and everything. Well, not just finished up, but because the show's popping off. God, you always look like the one old lady in SpongeBob who doesn't like chocolate anymore.
Ugh.
I mean, you wouldn't have to worry about radiation and a couple of other things. So I'm assuming that the positives kind of outweigh the negatives.
Besides the fact that you are a ghoul.
Ghoul. Apparently, other NPCs and factions will have different reactions to you being a ghoul.
As long as I can walk around and go, hey, smooth skin.
Aha, the Brotherhood won't interact with you because you're a ghoul.
No, sounds about right. Those racist pieces of shit.
Dude, watching that show, I still have the same opinion. The Brotherhood of Steel sucked dick.
They're okay in certain scenarios. Like, they're a cool faction, don't get me wrong, but you know.
They stand for all the
Pieces of
wrong
shit.
things now.
They're pieces of shit.
Ah, it was great. Just having the confirmation that Vault-Tec was the one that dropped the bombs.
Dude,
I don't think they really confirmed that they dropped the bombs. They may have orchestrated the great war kicking off, though. I don't think they're directly in control.
No. That's exactly what it was said in the actual show.
Well, it was implied. It was never like.
Well,
Nothing
they
was actually explained.
said
They heavily hinted that they were going to start it. Okay.
yes, they did. There we go. That's the words I wanted. They
Like I said,
heavily hinted that
it's
they
not
were
been
going to start it.
explained yet.
Yes.
I'm digging into the
Also,
deepest
spoilers for the
recesses of
Fallout
my
show if y'all
mind.
haven't watched that yet. Sorry.
Oh
Ah,
my
yes.
god. Dude, I am digging in the deepest recesses of my mind to find this fucking thing.
Nice.
It was like, okay, so they were like these little in like the lore of the fucking toys or whatever. They were like
Mochi
viruses.
monsters. Neopets.
There were little viruses.
Yeah, they were like little viruses or something that would fight each other. And you would, when you bought a toy, you could upload the toy's code online, and you could play against other players with it. But I can't for the life of me find out what they were called. Brink or Homefront?
I have no idea, pal. It does not sound familiar at all. What else do we have in the wonderful world today?
Hold up, I think someone made a Reddit thread on it.
That's hilarious. That sounds like every Reddit thread.
Yo, is this it?
Hi, guys.
Did you find it?
I found it, Nanovore.
Nanovore?
Yeah, dude, Nanovore. Holy shit.
Nanovore.
Nanovore? What the fuck?
Nanovore.
Dude, this was
Massively
fucking cool.
multiplayer online card battle game.
This shit was awesome, dude.
I'm not gonna
I
lie.
used to have this actually. I used to get cards for this shit at GameStop.
Yeah, dude.
I've never seen this or heard of this in my life.
It was
I
so
remembered
fucking
this,
cool.
but I just didn't like it. I just gave up on it.
I love this shit, dude. It was so fun. Oh my god.
I was too busy playing Fusion Fall, man.
I mean, I was also playing Fusion Fall.
Played Fusion Fall a little bit, yeah. I was big into like the the other one, Nickelodeon RPG. What was it?
Nick Tropica.
Oh.
Yeah, Nicktropolis, yeah.
Or
You were thinking of Pop Tropica and mixed them up, but yeah,
Yeah, they're
Nicktropolis.
basically the same thing.
Pretty much. But yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
The old school web games, then we go back further to Adventure Quest.
What,
That's
you
still
mean
going.
Johnny Wigglehoot
Oh,
and Wacky Master Jr.?
Dude, Nanovore was so cool though, because it was like a mixture of Pokemon and Adventure Quest.
yeah. Hold on. I actually wanted to say this, Levi. You know what's the most compelling thing I can tell you about Monster Hunter? It's the greatest thing. It's like Pokemon, but you actually get to kill the monsters.
I still don't like Pokemon.
That's perfect. Then you can take out all your anger and frustration on the monsters.
Actually, they do. Monster Hunter
I
does
still
have a
don't like it.
Pokemon game. It's called Monster Hunter Stories.
That was the wrong choice. They shouldn't have done that.
It was a really good game.
Too bad.
What?
Take it back.
Oh my god!
Put it back in the pipeline. Make
had
it
a-
into a different one.
I had a thought on something, but I just lost it. Dang. Oh my
It'd be
god!
fun.
Happens often.
Do you guys remember Spectrobes?
No.
Damn.
All right, we should. Now we just keep talking about old things that don't exist anymore.
Dude.
That was a fire game, though.
Spectrobes was fire. I wish that we still had it. Also, Fossil Fighters.
Dude, why was there so many like drilling based games back in the day?
It was cool as fuck going on like archaeology hunts for extinct monsters and then reviving them though.
I
so
feel
that you can be
like
like, go kill that thing.
Did they just try to always get us with dinosaurs? Is that what it was?
Yeah, and then Pokemon was like, hey, we're just gonna kill everything in the competition.
You know, my favorite part of Pokemon is when they made any of the Ranger games and I had to break my wrist while I went 26 times around this Entei. God, I loved Rangers, but my God, was that game fucking rough on your hands? All right. Out of the childhood, into the fire. The wonderfulness that is Naughty Dogs is going to be releasing Last of Us Part 2, the remastered, remaked, whatever, on Steam April 3rd.
The remastered remake. Oh god.
Yeah.
Finally. Been waiting for the remake this remastered for years.
Cause is over there like fucking Peter Parker from Into the Spider-Verse eating that sandwich, fucking 4 fingers in his mouth.
I know I said it as a joke, but my golly gee, does it feel like what Naughty Dog did with those games?
And here's a game for you.
Oh, dude, 16-bit edition? That's sick. That might be fire. I made a
God.
joke to Bree the other day that I would love to get into Farming Sim, but I just would hate to play Farming Sim.
So, Marcus, we should probably talk about your newfound opinion on power washing.
Oh god. God damn it. I was trying to avoid
Yeah.
this.
Especially with the second one, hot on its trail.
Okay. Fine, we can talk about it. Damn. So let me start off with context, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
these guys right here got me power
Mhm.
washing sim like what was it, 3 years ago or something? Or maybe I'm
We
using
did-
it from
corre-
Kazu's.
Correction. You were using
Yeah.
Kazu's
Yeah.
library.
You're using Kazu's copy. We have never bought you Power Washing Sim.
So I've been using it from Kazu's library for, or I've had it in Kazu's library for like 4 years or something.
Is that
And,
how long you do but sharing libraries?
Yeah,
It's been longer than that.
it has definitely been longer. I have been invited to play Power Washing Sim at least 20 times. And every single time, I go, no, I'm good, thanks though. And every time they ask why, I just don't really give a proper answer. And it's because it was a bit this entire time. And the bit became like a mission.
And then
The bit was I can't play Power Washing Sim because I thought I was gonna get bored. And then the mission became I can't play Power Washing Sim because I'm afraid I'm gonna enjoy it. So, yesterday, or the day before, I booted up Power Washing Sim, and I fucking hated every second of it because it's a good game.
Yeah.
I sat there and I was like, man, this is actually really relaxing. What the fuck? I was so mad. I was like, God damn it, dude, you've got to be shitting me.
It's so relaxing, so nice, so calming. The only thing I really wish that Power Washing did was allow people to play the DLC even if they didn't own it on somebody else's library.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. But
But
oh well.
yeah, they have tons of
Mm.
maps, so it wasn't like too big of a problem. Including the fact that they kept adding specialty maps for each of the holidays as well. So I feel like they've added a good bit of native content into Power Washing. As a game, Power Wash, 10 out of 10.
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Dude, oh my god. You know what I will say? You know what my actual bitch with Monster Hunter has been? I've been going back to World with Bree. Do you know how great it is to have all the wonderful fixes and everything in Wilds, and then I go back to the archaic version and it feels and looks the way it does?
No, you know what the funniest thing is? You're not even playing base world right now. You're playing world with like all the title updates and fixes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like imagine if it was base world you were playing and you'd be like, this is horrible.
No, because then it would have been just my exact experience I got with day one of Wild, and that's just the day one experience you get with most games until they fix like a little bit more. And that's more of a statement on the industry as a whole, and you know that's how it
Hey,
is.
base world had less content than base wilds though. Because remember they didn't have any cosmetics in base world. They
But
added all that
did
shit later.
World run better than Wild?
I think it was actually about the same. I think people had a lot of oh wait, no, it wasn't on PC on launch, remember?
Yeah, it came on
No.
PC like a year later.
Yeah, it got the title updates and everything. It came out with
Yeah.
Iceborne, didn't it?
No, I think wait, did Iceborne come out a year later or was that 2 years later? I can't remember.
I could be
Iceborne,
wrong.
I think was 2 years later.
Then they yeah, they did the year release for the PC, and then they oh yeah, because Sony was doing the you have to wait a year to put it on the PC thing, and that's only become shorter because you know, please. I'm my favorite joke was like things need to come to PC because the gaming market for gaming is starting to turn over to where PC is the majority of gamers. That might change as new consoles come out. Who knows? That depends on how the PC market goes, how PC parts go, how the price of PC and console is affected with the tariffs and everything. We'll see.
I feel like PC will never be bigger than console because console has the market of like family as opposed to PC. Because with families, it's just like, yeah, I bought my kid a Nintendo Switch and they're like cooking. But with PC, there's
Very
other
valid.
there's
Yeah.
other issues with PC where you have to do like parental controls and stuff to make sure your child's not going online and looking at a bunch of different stuff that they shouldn't be looking at.
I mean, you have to do that with a console too. It's just a lot easier.
Yeah.
Well, that brings up a different topic. Steam OS 3.7.0 preview brings the beginnings of support for non-Steam Deck handhelds, which means that Steam is releasing its own OS that will only operate Steam games.
Congrats to all the non-native Steam games like GOG.
I would actually use it, but I'm afraid that I wouldn't be able to play other games that are not on Steam,
Yeah.
like Mabinogi.
I'm assuming that the way this is probably going to work out is that the first thing they're going to do is make an actual OS that just practically only runs Steam games, and then they'll probably make a way to access the actual rest of it as a Linux distro.
Mm-hmm.
Or they'll have a way for you to do that natively when you get it anyways, and it won't matter. And then for anybody who wants to tinker in the background, they can tinker just fine. And I understand that a lot of people, and that is why Linux is not a popular service right now, is because installing things on Linux can be tedious depending on what you need to install.
Can confirm. Having to do all that shit on my fucking Steam Deck.
But if they natively allow you to actually have access to all of that stuff anyways on desktop versions and stuff, then this might actually be the best version of Linux you can install on your system if you just need a streamlined thing to do a little bit of work and a lot of bit of gaming. I'm assuming with how they're integrating it and everything, it's eventually just going to be like an all-around just solid integration of Linux.
We'll see. It took them like 20 years to get to this point.
They have so much money. I just need them to hire just a little bit more people.
I mean, they are hiring. It's just that nobody's applying because they have insane standards for what they want.
Yeah.
Man, Gaben's gonna be fucking dead before any of this shit actually finishes.
Nah, man,
Rest in peace.
he's still keeping up good shape. He delivered
like-
all those
what-
Steam Decks to people by hand at launch.
What is he like? Is he like 56 or something? 60 something?
No. I think he's like 52.
He's 62.
Alright, so we're getting there.
He's reaching his limits.
What's US life
Wait.
expectancy again?
Especially if you look at him like right now, he looks not in the best shape he's been in a while.
All that stress gets to you, man.
He was too focused on the game.
He's too focused on his own neural link he's working on.
Damn.
I was about to make a joke. When do you think he's gonna upload himself to the Steam to the Steam?
Dude, oh my god, could you imagine he uploads his
Server.
consciousness to Steam?
Gaben just becomes like the master AI in charge of everything.
Oh my god, he's
That-
the start of the singularity.
Don't even, because this is exactly what I can imagine that man doing. That's the worst part. Is this all seems plausible?
I found a picture of Gabe Newell in 20 years. These results may shock you.
Oh my god, that's fantastic. Great reference. Love that. I thought you were just gonna put a picture of a gravestone with just the words Gabe Newell on them.
Oh my god.
Okay, but hear me out. What about this picture of Gabe?
Oh god, not the fucking original Tron movie.
Is that actually from the original Tron movie?
Yes!
Yeah.
The
What
original
the
Tron,
fuck?
yeah.
It looks like a goddamn video game.
Dude, don't
It
even.
was a
We
video
we
game. What do
we
you mean?
fucking me,
We-
Kazu, and Levi watched it not too like a long time ago. But when we watched it, we were like, "Oh my god!"
That's the master control program.
Oh
Like-
my god.
Like, imagine they tried to use CGI and technology in the past when it definitely wasn't cooking, and they were like, "Oh, we're cooking with this."
It's like a 2-year-old whenever they hand you a fucking drawing to put up on the fridge and they're like, yeah, I was cooking. It's like a stick figure.
Things are about to look dire for people who are physical collectors.
Yeah.
The first sets of Blu-ray disc are about to start rotting next year.
Ooh.
Since they only last 20 years, and the first one came out in 2006.
You know what that means?
Yeah, start
Put them on a
preserving
USB
your
drive.
stuff. There was a really cool game console thing I saw the LTT channel review like a while ago, and it has different things you can actually place into it for different consoles, and you can rip all of your old games to get the ROMs off of them. And I was very tempted to pick it up because it just seems useful to just take all my games and everything, because eventually they're gonna die at some point.
I don't believe you.
But for some reason, on the opposite end of that, the Super Nintendo now runs infinitesimally faster than it did 35 years ago, and players are trying to find out why.
What?
No joke. Right now, speedrunners have found out that old Super Nintendos, for some reason, over the years, have actually gotten faster.
That's weird.
So, the unusual mystery has to do with this 16-bit system's 24.576 megahertz APU audio processing unit, clock, which relies on a ceramic resonator. The older it gets, the faster it seems to run. A small group of players is now testing old SNES at different at different temperatures. One person even put theirs in the freezer to crowdsource data that might shed light on what exactly is going on.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this is the Super Mario speedrun thing all over again.
Did you see the one dude? A guy not too long ago did his 120% speedrun completion for Spyro, and he got it under, I think it's 19 minutes.
How the fuck? How?
And it took him 5 months of intensive back and forth to finally get it just perfect. And my god.
Is that okay? Are there glitches involved to get that? Because there's no fucking way, right?
I don't know. Hold on. Spyro 120%.
Could you
World
imagine, dude?
record.
He just has the fastest thumb in the galaxy.
Watch, I can beat his record. I'm gonna download a 120% save file and put it in.
Oh, sorry. It's
It
an
was
hour and
1
19.
hour and 19 minutes.
Yeah. Extra
Even
hour.
still, that's insane.
Yeah. Hour, 19 minutes, and 57 seconds. And then after he got done with it, he was just like, I'm never going to be able to beat that. And then he's just like, well, I won't say never, but unlikely.
He means never until someone else beats it, and then he's gonna do it again.
He was mainly saying that he would never beat it himself. Not that anybody would never beat it.
I think he's
He
gonna
was
go-
very
Okay.
humble about it.
I think if
This is
someone
crazy,
does
I'm-
beat it, he's gonna go back and get his comeuppance though.
I mean, I just skipped like 3 minutes into this game, and he seems to be playing it fairly normally.
Oh yeah, no, he's playing it straight normal, I think. He's like
And,
just
like-
gunning for the exact points he has to.
Yeah, and like he was losing time headbutting walls for a minute here. Like he could absolutely do this faster.
And don't tell him I was about to use another 6 months of his life figuring it out.
Another 6 months to figure out that he doesn't need to headbutt this one wall for 5 minutes straight.
Well, no, he had.
Fuck, dude.
It's because when you're charging and you jump, sometimes you don't quite clear the ledge.
Oh, so you
Mm.
just
Don't
fucking
jump. You just fucking slam into the wall.
so it's like Fortnite mantling and the finals mantling where you jump and try to mantle and it's just like, nah, fuck you.
Yeah, you have to like hit it just right, otherwise it'll knock you back.
I love how that's always been an issue in gaming with jumping, and you're trying to get over something.
Well, I mean, it makes sense when you're charging headfirst into a wall and you clearly hit the wall.
Well, it's more of the game is
Actually-
trying to attempt to track the positions. The buildings is easy because they're just stationary objects. The real problem is you, an actual player, moving through the space because it constantly has to update your position, and that's why you could not grab the ledge sometimes, is because the system didn't registering you being high enough up.
Did you just mansplain?
No, I was just telling you how it would work. I was telling you how systems work. I'm here to tell you how video games. I'm gonna get the lab coat. That's it. I'm becoming science man for this. Fuck you.
It's even funnier because he knows that I knew that.
I was giving an explanation for people in the chat. Not everybody knows how video games work and how systems and servers update.
I thought it was even funnier that I waited a second because I was like, hold on, I need to like not say anything for comedic effect and then tell him he's mansplaining.
Mansplaining. I'm video game splaining. I'm telling people how you gotta inform people on things. We should be an educational podcast as well.
I fucking hate that term. Just because when it's used against people, sometimes it's not even that they're fucking quote unquote mansplaining, it's just that they're autistic and they have passion behind what they're talking about.
Are you mansplaining to me right now?
Dude.
Fuck, dude, it's over for me.
Dude,
gotta-
you got caught
gotta-
mansplaining. It's all over.
I gotta hang up the towel.
Or dude, are you mansplaining the joke right now?
Fuck!
Dude, oh shit. Oh damn.
Guys, we
The
might have to
spiral
cancel the
continues.
podcast.
It's all over.
No, we just have to cancel you for mansplaining, dude. Jeez, man.
But now you're I can't do this anymore.
See, your problem is you care too much.
Are you?
Am I mansplaining you? Sure, why not?
Oh my god, we are so stupid.
Now that we're sufficiently reached the bottom of this joke, we can continue on to the next topic. Final Fantasy XIV is finally fixing one of my main problems with it. They're in the next update making getting around faster and smoother.
Did they make the game fun yet?
Yeah, by making it faster and smoother, so you can actually get to the fun bits faster and smoother.
Define
Actually, fair. That's fair.
define faster and smoother.
Let's see.
Because
Hold
I
on.
know you're talking about 7.2 update.
Let's see. Ta-da, Seekers of Eternity. Blah blah blah. Let's see. According to community transitions of the latest letter of the producers streaming, broadcasting in the blah 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 update will make to sprinting. Two major adjustments to 7.2 update will make to sprinting and mounting. Instead of default back to the normal walking speed when the sprint buff wears off, players will instead enter a jogging state with a speed somewhere between walking and sprinting as long as they remain out of combat in safe zones, like cities and sanctuaries.
Oh, that's fucking crazy. So you don't walk when you're in cities anymore unless you want to?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. Holy shit. They should have had that like fucking 4 years ago, but
They should have had that back in 2011.
I agree.
And then also climbing aboard Final Fantasy XIV mounts will no longer require players to stand still as the action resolves. It only takes a few seconds to summon mounts in the current version of the game, but this short
thank
wait
God.
can feel awkward when you're moving between locations in large zones. Think of it like the difference between hitting all green lights on a long stretch of roads and having to wait at every block. Sure, the ladder isn't going to kill you, but you'd much rather avoid the stop and go loop.
They're actually working with the spaghetti code. Let's go.
It only took us 10 years, Yoshida is translating as saying, but we also have 10 years of muscle memory. It will take some getting used to. This is also something that I specified, is that I was happy because they started tearing apart some of the spaghetti to make it better. And I'm happy that they're still doing that.
Thank God.
Let's see. And finally, whenever the new Cosmic Exploration mode is added to Final Fantasy XIV on April 22nd, it will feature a toggleable sprint that will never run out. Oh. The game's Island Sanctuary mode from Update 6.2 provided something similar in a unique low cooldown Isle sprint ability, but Cosmic Exploration sprint is for all intents and purposes infinite, allowing people to zoom from objective to objective without worrying about re-upping the speed boost.
Yeah, so in your little Animal Crossing world or whatever, on 14, you have a sprint that you just activate and it doesn't expire. Unless you get into combat. It's pretty cool.
So they're adding ways for you to actually get across the world faster, and that was truthfully one of my main gripes with 14.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy.
Yeah, it's pretty good. They're doing good.
You know what? When does that change come out?
Less than a month.
Ah, sick. That's when I'll pick back up 14.
It's the 28th is when 7.2
28th?
releases. Yeah.
Sick. 8 more days and I'll play FF14 again.
Very nice.
Let's see, what else do we have? Microsoft is finally rolling out its controller-friendly virtual keyboard for a better Windows handheld gaming PC experience.
Nice.
Great. Thank God they know how to actually implement user-friendly options. Seems like something they could have added beforehand, but never mind. And now I want everybody's opinion on this one. New Copilot for gaming aims to save you time, help you get good.
What does that even mean?
Microsoft is using the new Copilot AI for gaming to help you become a better gamer.
By doing what exactly?
It can do anything. It can help you craft things in Minecraft by suggesting things in like a little overlay
It's
section. It
basically
can,
like a search function in games. Here's like a
yeah.
picture of it. So if you're like somebody actually fucking new at gaming, you're like, how do I make a fucking plank?
That's pretty
So
cool
it's
for
basically the equivalent of having an overlay that gives you like a guide.
it's
Yeah.
pretty cool
Yeah.
for like kids and
I mean, I guess it could be useful
Yeah.
in some scenarios. I could see that. Yeah.
pretty cool.
I feel like the game's onboarding already does a good enough job of that.
No, but imagine you're a new player to like Dark Souls, right? And you're like, where do I get this weapon?
That's not no. You that's the worst game you gave.
No, but if you want people to get into Dark Souls, you gotta give them a little bit,
No.
right?
No.
You have to give them
No.
you have to give them a foot.
Bro's gatekeeping because of a difficulty.
Yeah, exactly. You have to give them a foot so that they can run the mile. Because if they play Dark Souls and they like it,
Yeah, it's not
with
playing
a
the game for them,
guide.
it's just telling them how to get it.
yeah,
It's no different than when we used to look at wikis to figure it out.
Yeah, they can go to the wiki.
But
Or they
see,
can
it
just
just
keep
cuts
it
out a
open in
middleman.
game and do it. Yeah.
God.
Alright,
He's-
fine. You got me in a box here, I guess.
he was
Oh.
sitting here like fucking tradition versus innovation for a second.
Yeah, what
God,
has
why
tradition
can't-
over innovation proven to us? Look at the current state of our government.
Hey, that's what Pokemon Black and White is about. Is tradition versus innovation.
Anyways,
I think that's a pretty cool thing.
honestly, it's a pretty decent thing. If it actually helps as like an in-way guide and everything. You know what? You know who should have made this?
Who?
I wish Prima would have stuck around and made the same thing.
Buddy,
No,
the
dude.
Prima guides were never fucking accurate. They were trash. They're the worst people to make anything like that.
No,
Yeah.
dude. Hold on, hear me
Yeah.
out. Clippy.
Yeah.
You remember Clippy?
Listen,
Little-
I'm just saying.
Dude, yeah. Clippy is at least more useful than the fucking Prima guides.
What are you talking about? I always found all the shit I needed in the Prima guides.
But Zach, imagine you're playing Valorant and you go, Clippy, where's my opponent right now? And you see him hop onto your screen and he runs behind a wall and he starts dragging one of your enemies towards you. And he's like,
Oh
right
my
here, sir.
God.
And then you're just like, oh, perfect. And you cock the shotgun.
No, this is Microsoft. What I need this thing to be made by is like Fortnite or somebody, so I can get some of my favorite characters talking to me while I'm playing games.
Oh,
I'm
God.
sure you could probably download a voice pack or something.
Oh, I would love Cave Johnson. I would love a Steam overlay for the games, and Cave Johnson is telling me how to be better at games. Oh, I would love that. There we go. We've circled it back. I want a man telling me that lemons should have been in the game the entire time, and he's sad that there's not more lemons within the game I'm playing. Speaking of old classics from Steam, did you guys download the free Half-Life 2 RTX demo? I mean, Asmo over here can't. Well, he could play it, but you know, he doesn't have an RTX card or anything, so you know.
Also, I don't really care that much about Half-Life, if I'm being real.
How dare you?
Yeah, I don't really care about
I
a
never-
20-year-old game getting a visual update.
I haven't
Yeah, I mean,
haven't
it'd be
played any
really
of the Half-Life
cool if
games,
they just
so
released, like, I don't know, Half-Life 3.
yeah.
Listen, man, it's
If it was like a
Don't worry about
remake
it.
of 2, then that's a different story, but it's just not.
True. I'd still think they, whenever they do one of these RTX things, if they ever do a full, are they actually doing a full version of or is it just the demo?
It's just a demo for now, because it's gonna take them years to finish the full thing, apparently.
Okay.
Damn.
And they've already spent years on it.
A Mabinogi Demon Slayer crossover.
Oh no, it's a Maple Story.
Or Maple Story, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I was actually about to hop on and do that.
I just saw it looking at the Steam front page, so.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The only thing I don't like about Nexon's collabs on MapleStory is they put all of this stuff for their collabs in a gotcha.
Yes,
It's really
because
fucking bad.
that's how they get you.
Yeah. And I mean, Freerun was the same way for Mabinogi, but in Mabinogi, you still got a fuck ton of. Like, you got 2 character outfits, you got a bunch of housing items, and some emotes and stuff. You didn't even have to do the gotcha. But in MapleStory, you kind of have to do the gotcha because you can't trade stuff between players. So, uh, you can't sell the gotcha stuff you get, which is fucking stupid.
GG, get you, gotcha.
That
Jesus
is a
Christ.
tagline I haven't heard in fucking years.
This Inzoi game looks insane.
Yeah, it
It
does
Uh,
look
looks like
pretty
Sims
insane.
if they actually updated it for once.
Yeah.
so
I kind of want it, but I feel like it's gonna kill my computer.
you have a 3090, you're good.
Probably.
So, Aloy voice actor Ashley Birch worried about this art form after Horizon Zero Dawn AI demo leaks.
We worried about what?
Aloy voice actor Ashley Birch worried about this art form after Horizon Zero Dawn AI demo leaks. Sony had an internal AI experiment with her Aloy being voiced by the AI, and it got leaked out into the public. And the main voice actor for Aloy was like, "Well, that's messed up."
God, why? What the fuck?
So
I
I
would
think it's even
sue.
funnier given the story of Horizon and how it's against the worries of AI.
Dude, I would fucking sue over that. I'd be like, you're using my likeness without my permission.
well, the worst
Well,
part
they
is
don't look alike at all. They're just the
no.
voice.
No, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they're using their voice. That's like technically
It's still
legally their
likeness,
likeness. Yeah.
yeah, but it's not like
And
likeness just refers to any likeness you have. If you're using your voice,
Yeah.
that's how voice actors are usually portrayed in anything. And this is actually what currently the strike is happening in Hollywood for both movies and stuff, but it's mainly happening for video games because currently shit like this is happening.
Yeah. Which, like, if anything, when they use AI for stuff like that, and it's not for, the actual creative process where it can actually be used to help people, like, for example, um, using.
This is clearly malicious.
Yeah, like, when it's being done maliciously, that's when it's like, dude, you were too fucking lazy to hire someone to do this? Like, are you
If
serious?
if you're using it to like cut down on making certain bits of code, or if you're using it to try to generate the start of assets and then work them into something, if you're using it like for the first steps to actually make a product and stuff, I'm fine with that. It's when you're just cutting people out and then just replacing them with the actual robot. These should be tools people can use to mold creations faster, not things to replace humans.
I think another good example is like texture upscaling, which a lot of games already use AI for.
Yeah.
It's just like just use it for like tedious work that literally nobody wants to do, and that genuinely you just like wouldn't like like with texture upscaling. That work is gonna fall on some poor bastard in the studio, and they're gonna be like, I don't want to fucking do this.
Well, hold on. Also, AI texture upscaling, people are also quite agitated about if it goes too far.
Yeah, I mean, if you're making the texture with AI, then yeah.
And then there's just currently also over Nvidia's latest launch, the way that they do frame gen, like the regular frame gen is outstanding, but then they have stuff on top of it, which just is more AI stuff that people don't appreciate. But that's okay, because I still think like everybody already knows like the 50 series wasn't that much of a burst over the 40 series, and it feels like their main push is just all the AI junk they've been working on.
Hmm.
But just like it's fine. I don't think you need to generate 4 times the frames. You can generate once or twice maybe, but I really don't think we need to generate 4 times the frames.
Man, I'm perfectly fine with playing at 60 FPS my entire fucking life because I can't even see a fucking difference past 60.
Honestly, if we can just get to a point where we have a stable 120 4K, I'll be happy for the rest of my life.
Yeah. For sure.
Because
It's like-
everything after 120 is an actual, like, way too negotiable fall off.
Like, if you're gonna advertise a game to me and you can be like, yeah, dude, we have frame generation, so you can see like 150 frames per second, my first question is gonna be, okay, but how well does it run on, like, this mid-tier software, or this mid-tier hardware? And if they tell me, oh yeah, it's gonna crash like every other hour, and you're gonna be running at 5 frames, I'm gonna be like, then why the fuck do you even allow people to play at 150 frames if they're not going to see that most of the time?
Yeah. I also think that a good portion of it is that people are making some intensive games, and I feel like they need just like cut back a little bit. I don't need it all. Just I think we've already reached the point where we can have like a very realistic game. Let's cut back. Let's cut back on graphics and make things that run smooth.
Oh
I have
yeah.
fun
People
with
have been saying to do that for like 15 years now.
I know! They need to
That-
finally do it!
That's why indie games have been popping off.
What, Indiana Jones just released the fact that you just need ray tracing on at all times. That's an intensive process for a GPU. And most people, well, now that the Steam hardware survey has like the 4060 up at the top, it's not bad, but it's a pretty intensive process. Games are just requiring so much to make them look so beautiful.
And this just in, game need demanding graphic card.
Stepping on the beach, do 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 do.
And I know that I'm one of the gamers that just loves to see it look beautiful, and that's my curse and burden to bear. I want to get those high frames and it to look beautiful.
Yeah, I mean,
But you can't have both.
I don't think graphics even fucking matter as long as the art style is, or not art style, as long as the damn it, what's it called?
I will specify, it doesn't matter. I'll go through any like regular games campaign or story at 60. That's fine for me. It's mainly multiplayers that would love to play at like 120.
As long as the art direction is good, I don't think graphics matter that much. Like there are games from like the PS1 and PS2 era that you can look at and you're like, wow, this is really pretty, even though they look like even though the graphics look like shit.
There's a lot of games out now that just don't have the standard version of what we would describe as like a realistic game, and they run fantastic. Like Fragpunk. Fragpunk ran really well on release. I was so surprised. It ran like a goddamn like a watch when I got into it. And it just felt really tuned and well made, and all of the art and everything, it wasn't realistic. It was nice, like punk cell shading. I like when people just do different aesthetics to make it easier on themselves as well.
Levi, what the fuck is a Yasuke simulator?
It's Assassin's Creed Shadows, bro.
Yeah, it's just
Dude.
Assassin's Creed Shadows, but better.
Oh my god, did you guys hear
I like how
about
it came out
somebody
a day after
complaining
Shadows.
that 2 of the characters kiss, and then the one everybody's just been arguing like, dude, you have to take very specific actions to go that course. So you
Oh, no, it's funny because
purposefully...
I saw that same thing, but the thing I saw was people complaining about how bad the animation looked. Like, they weren't even complaining about the 2 people kissing, they were complaining that the animation was fucking horrible. Like, their eyes, lips, nothing moves. Their models just kind of, like, tilt back and forth.
I just saw everybody clowning on the dude. Like, dude, you have to do like 8 other like side quests to even get to this scene. Like, you're complaining because you chose all these choices just to bitch about this one thing.
Dude, it's the fucking Baldur's Gate 3 shit all over again, where people are like, dude, you can fuck a bear. And then all those fucking stupid idiots that are like, you can fuck a bear? What is wrong with these developers, dude? Western gaming has fallen into the fucking gutter. And everyone's like, brother, you literally are in control of your actions.
You don't have to fuck the bear.
Yeah.
Brother in Christ, you've never been in a D&D session before? You've never fucked the bear?
And then I remember Larian. The only reason the bear
Okay,
stayed
wait, hold
in.
up. Do y'all
What?
remember the fucking like Fallout New Vegas mod that came out and like immediately got a ton of flack and got shit on because you could fuck a Deathclaw?
Okay,
I-
that is
Isn't
like
that something the Fallout community said they'd do for literally decades now?
that
oh, thank you for the hydrate, Sky.
that sounds hilarious.
Like by all accounts, it was like a super fleshed out like actual story mod and had vehicles and shit and like an actual story. But there was one bit where you could fuck a Deathclaw and that's all everybody talked about.
My God.
I hate grifters, man. Grifters are like some of the worst fucking people on earth.
Sir, that's not a grifter. That's a grimace.
That picture is fucking horrifying.
What-
Why is Grimace in the Minecraft movie?
I don't think that's real.
That's
Oh no, that's
fantastic-
real. That's a new Minecraft ad for McDonald's.
You're
Oh.
joking.
On the
I hate
lighter
it.
note, on the lighter note, what I did want to tell you boys, and what was actually exciting, is that the game industry has been putting forward new unionization efforts.
Good.
Okay,
About
but
time.
what about those 7 things I didn't know about Michael Jackson's Beat It?
Oh my god.
When did he beat it? How hard did he beat it? For how long did he?
Did he
beat
truly just beat it?
Dude.
that one?
This is horrible.
When he was done beating it, how did he feel?
Dude.
How many did we get? I think we got 4 of them. God, was anybody there while he was beating it?
I'm looking at you right now, you know that?
I know, it's pretty great. I don't have I don't have 2 more.
Good. Good.
For whom thou does he beat it?
Are you done? Are you good?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Thank
I don't have a
God.
last one. I got for whomst thou, so I was like, oh, I'm never gonna be able to say that again. But it's actually pretty cool. The game industry unionization effort has exploded across Sega of America, Bethesda, and others. So I'm excited to see if everybody's just tired of constantly being laid the fuck off.
I'm also tired of seeing it. Because they deserve better.
Honestly, this is probably rightfully deserved only because there has been a constant downshift after the bullshit that was pulled after COVID that every company got themselves into. And this is rightfully deserved after all of that.
I remember seeing this really stupid take about a month or 2 ago, where someone was talking about how companies are trying to pull people back out of like stay-at-home work.
Yeah.
And they said, guys, this wouldn't be happening if you hadn't been so open about just not even working at home and like goofing off and stuff. And everyone in the comments is like, brother, are you really blaming the fucking workers for the reason that this is happening? No, you stupid fuck. The companies are trying to pull people back because they don't want to feel like they're wasting money on brick and mortar
Real estate.
stores and all this other shit. Like, it is It does not have to do with people saying that they were goofing off at home. Like, what are you fucking on about?
We build all these corporate mega structures. What are we supposed to do with them now?
Yeah.
Everybody can work at home and have a good social life. What the heck are we supposed to do? People get to see their kids? That's not allowed.
Can't be having that.
Oh my god. Speaking of Baldur's Gate, Hasbro came out to talk about that they're
Bro came out.
Yup,
my
Hasbro
God.
came out, man. It was
Good for 'em.
wild. I think it's really funny because we always talk about like Larry and talking about their next project and everything, but what we don't talk about is Hasbro having to pick up Baldur's Gate from where Larian left off. Like, imagine just having the Gold King leave you with the ace in the hole and just go,
Hey,
who are we supposed to trust with this?
no, in their defense though, they did say that the next one wasn't gonna be nearly as big.
Mm-hmm.
So thank
They
God they
also-
released that statement, because I know for a fact that people are gonna see Baldur's Gate 4 or something and they're gonna be like, dude, this better be better than 3. Holy crap. And then everyone's gonna be like, you fucking idiots, did you not see what Larian said about Baldur's Gate 4?
Man, those gamers should be upset if they could read.
I know, right?
I'm hoping for the best from Hasbro because they're breaking into the gaming industry and they still have a pretty decent reputation for right now. But I know Wizards of the Coast internally is falling apart right now, so we'll see how it goes. What are you played the Pokemon TCG Pocket game, right?
I did.
What are trade tokens?
Trade tokens. Oh
A
god.
currency and a sweeping update to how cards can be traded in the popular. Because they're scrapping the trade tokens. I'm assuming that they were used to. Let's see. It would require the currency to make an in-game trade.
That sounds about right. Are they like are they the things that look like the little recycling icons?
I believe so.
They're like green or something. Yeah, I
Probably.
didn't use them, so I
And
didn't.
now the developers update says Shine Dust is going to be the main currency required for trading.
Oh, so
I don't know how.
they're just
Swapping it from one to the other.
yeah, but it's like they're downsizing like what the currencies are and what they do,
Yeah.
which is good. Oh, there's a little spider on my wall. How's it going, buddy? Come here.
Let's see. When you open a booster pack, Shine Dust will be automatically earned if you obtain a card that is already registered in your card decks. Currently, Shine Dust is also required to obtain Flare. So we are looking into increasing the amount offered since it will also be needed for trading. Okay. So they're already trying to adjust the overall system to give you more Shine Dust anyways.
Mm-hmm.
On
That's good that they're downsizing it, because a big issue with a lot of free-to-play games is currency bloat.
Yeah.
Like, imagine you play a game for the first time, right? And you see that there's like 6 different currencies. And in order to get one currency, you have to exchange another currency for it. And to get a currency other than those two, you have to exchange the currency that you just exchanged for. You have to exchange that one for it, and then all this other shit. It's so stupid, dude. You see a lot of that in mostly mobile games now.
Yeah, just multiple currencies, so you
Yeah.
get confused about which ones you actually need for anything.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you see it in like free-to-play gacha games on consoles and stuff, though, kind of similar to Hoyo.
Hmm. I only have 3 topics left.
Oh yeah.
On the podcast, we have described that we are avid haters of Adobe and various other programs that have subscriptions and stuff. So if you are still looking to have a wonderful Photoshop alternative, great news! Finally, GIMP 3.0 hits the stage.
No, dude, I remember using GIMP. That was pretty good.
Yeah, they finally released the third version of it after 15 years.
Damn.
uh I honestly, because I'm always looking for alternatives for any of like Adobe or anything else, if anybody else is looking for an alternative out there, I think this is a great alternative. It's one of the most highly suggested alternatives to Adobe, actually. What's another one? What's another good Photoshop alternative that I think people suggest? I don't really think there's any others.
Did you guys see that the new Digimon story thing got a another reveal trailer?
It's
No.
a new Digimon trailer?
Yeah. There, I'll send it to you guys. It was pretty cool.
Is it a new anime? Or is it a game?
No, it's a game.
Ah. I should have known that the moment I saw Peggy info.
Peggy 18.
I know. I was thinking the exact same thing. God damn it. Kind of looks like a Persona game.
Was that Pikachu? Oh my god, they have Diddy Kong too?
No, dude, it's so funny. The only reason I saw this is someone said, if you've played Yu-Gi-Oh since 2018, do not go to 39 seconds. And I went there and I was like, is that fucking Firewall Dragon? Just to show you how similar they look.
I think the funnier thing is that, like, Pokemon complains constantly that people steal their assets, and I'm like, everybody's been stealing from Dragon Quest since day one. Wait, who was the original thief? Was it everybody was? Oh no! Oh, on-screen celebration.
Yes.
I forgot I even had things in there. Uh, did you guys see that they're just running 24/7 hours of Simpsons on Disney now?
Really? That's interesting.
Damn,
I didn't even
son.
realize I had bits, I'll be honest.
Nice.
I don't know where they came from, but I just have them.
They are going to be live streaming all 767 episodes in a row on the channel constantly. It'll just be the Simpsons portion of Disney. I think Simpsons is good. They should just they should just put it down finally. They should just set it into the grave and let it die.
No.
700
I'm gonna milk it for 20 more years.
767 episodes, and I don't feel like it's gone anywhere. I think that's good. That's it. We don't need any more. At least I feel like I've gone somewhere with One Piece.
Damn.
It might not have gone there well, and we might be getting a shorter version of that journey, which I'm happy about, but they still got there. And it was an emotional journey along the way. Oh, do you also love that you were edged on solo leveling for the last episode? This is my last topic, honestly.
Okay. Go on.
I
I'm
I
listening.
I saw your rants on Twitter, the everything app, and
Wait, what?
I
Which
saw your
rants?
goddamn it. Why do they keep
Oh,
cliffhangering me at every
oh my
point in solo
god,
leveling?
dude.
And I was just like, yeah, they do.
Dude, every single episode, season
Every
2
single
has been
one.
a fucking cliffhanger. No, and you know, normally I'm
You
okay
were
with it,
going
right?
back.
No,
Yeah,
no, normally I'm okay with it. But this is episode 11, and they left off. Dude, there was literally like 10 minutes of fluff that they could have taken out and then had the fight there. I was so pissed off. I was literally sitting here like, is he gonna show up? People are dying. Everyone is literally on death's bed. How does he not know that they're dying yet? Where the fuck is he? Is he gonna come in and save everyone? And I saw it was literally the last second before everyone was about to die for sure, and he's like, okay, now's the time. I
Yeah.
was like, God damn it, why? Why?
Oh yeah. Oh god, that was
so
great.
I was so pissed off because on one hand, it's like, fuck you for doing that. That's shitty writing. And then on the other hand, it's like, fuck, that's good writing. Because I'm sitting there like, dude, this is horrible. What is happening? Everyone's fucking dying, bro. When's he gonna get here? And on the other hand,
Okay.
I'm like, why the fuck isn't he here yet? Come on, man.
So there are a couple of issues that we should probably discuss before the actual episode. I get my actual opinions on it. There's currently a feud between the creators of the actual manhwa and the studio that was doing the animation, because in the actual manhwa, Japan is not viewed in the greatest light during the Antarc. They do some sketchy things that they kind of glaze over in the animation recently, just because we don't want our people to look that bad, so the Japanese studio that's animating it sort of toned down how bad, because, you know, the two countries have had a little bit of a feud for a time.
This is purely from, me being an outsider looking in. But
Yeah.
I think it's fucking stupid to, like, care that much about that. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
if you look at the US, we're shit on by fucking everybody in the goddamn world at this point, right?
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck.
Like, it shouldn't matter, especially since Japan has only been getting W's. I feel like they could take another L.
Yeah, and
It's
also,
even like a micro L.
also it kind of, like, if you're gonna sit there and be like, this isn't an accurate portrayal of us, it's like, okay,
But it kind of
then
is.
yeah, it's like you guys do have societal problems. You know that, right? Every society has problems.
At least Germany, like, looks back and says, yeah, we did terrible, and then, like, continues looking forward. I just
Well,
want them to look back every once in a while.
unless you're the AFD party, in which case you look back at that awful shit that you did, and you go, that wasn't so bad. It
that
was
wasn't so bad.
overhyped.
We should go back to that.
And any sane person in the world is like, you are genuinely fucking stupid.
Like, I enjoy that we've just actually created some of the worst groups of people recently amongst society, just for how bad it's getting. Like, I don't think people understand with how things are changing right now. The crime rate's going to go up and the world's going to get worse instead of better because of the changes, because people being in a struggle creates the want to do more crime.
Also, little fun fact, the pendulum ever swings back and forth. We're currently at the backswing, and typically when progressive stuff is on the backswing and people are retaliating against it, it swings back even harder in favor of progressivism. It happens every single time. I mean,
Like, everybody just wants to enjoy their day and continue on.
yeah.
Ah. Anyways, I absolutely adore the new episode of Solo.
I am 50-50 on it. Like, half of me is like, I fucking hated it, and the other half of me is like, this was really cool. So I'm waiting for the next episode because right now I think it might just be the fact that it was a cliffhanger and the entire thing's not out yet. So as like a
I
first time viewing experience, it feels bad that they do a cliffhanger every episode, but it would like if I'd watched it as like a binge watch with everything out, I feel like I wouldn't feel that.
no,
So that's why I
this
don't
is
want to
my
be too
problem.
critical.
Society wants to watch everything in a row. People should have to wait week by week for things still. Netflix ruined everybody by giving everybody binge-worthy shows.
No, it's not even that. I just think cliffhangers are cheap ways to drive engagement.
Nah.
Especially when
I
you
think
do
it's
it for
fine.
fucking 12 episodes in a row. Come
Nah,
on,
nah, nah.
man.
No,
Come on.
it's perfectly fine.
I
You wanna know why?
fucking-
Because you keep going back episode after episode for the next one.
Well, that's
And
because
isn't
it's
that
just
what
good.
it's all about?
That's because it's
It
just good.
just works.
The cliffhangers almost made me quit. Because I was like, I'm fucking tired of this. Cliffhangers
but you know
piss
what
me
you-
off.
Yeah. And you know what you came back for every single time right after your cliffhanger because you want to know what's going on.
No, it is not because of the cliffhangers. If it was
Listen,
like a mid-tier anime and they
listen.
did this, I would have dropped it long ago.
Listen, you just hate the fact that the most popular anime right now isn't ReZero, and in fact it's Solo Leveling.
That is excellent bait, actually. Because we both have seen the charts.
I know what's at the top of the charts right now, buddy. I know what's sitting there.
Actually, hold on.
300,000
I
likes
actually-
at the top of the newest episode of Solo Leveling.
Yeah,
the
I
highest
actually
rating.
I haven't seen the chart this week. Hold up.
Oh god.
Okay, let's see here.
Where do I go for this mythical chart? I know you two, I know Levi and Kazu do not care about anime
Yeah, they
as
don't
much
give
as
a
me and
flying
him
fuck.
do it. Yeah, and I'm just baiting this man now.
What the fuck? I don't want to look at top anime charts. This is stuff from like fucking 5 years ago. I don't look at latest. Here we go. Okay, let's see here.
Can you tell me why when I search by popular Solo Leveling is the first thing?
Are you looking on Twitter or something?
No. I'm literally just in Crunchyroll. I went to most popular anime and I went by popularity.
I'm looking on Twitter. Also, the reason for that is because Crunchyroll is genuinely butchering the ReZero anime, so people are watching it on Muse Asia.
It's in the fourth row down. Damn.
Yeah, no, they are
Dude,
doing a really
oh.
fucking bad job with ReZero.
Ooh, you hate to see it happen. Dragon Ball Daima's ahead of it. Oh,
You can't
so
even bait me
sad.
with this because I know exactly why it's not doing well on Crunchyroll.
Maybe it's just a bad anime.
Damn, why can't I find any fucking... Oh, wait, hold up.
This is
Nope,
this
That's
is
not
great.
it. God damn it.
This is phenomenal. And the best part is like I know that the second half, like season 2 of ReZero, isn't necessarily the strongest.
Actually, I think it's stronger than season 1.
Do you? Because
Mhm.
I hear a lot of people's opinions is that
Oh.
like season 2 is lesser than.
Well, there is a reason why
mean,
people think that, and it's because of the animation quality.
To be fair, when I go into season 2, I'll just be happy that every episode isn't an hour long.
Well, you're watching the director's cut.
That's all I have. I mean, I could go look for the other versions, but
Do they only have the director's cut on Crunchyroll?
that's what you told me, and I went to look, and yes, they only have the director's cut.
That is so fucking bad.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't. No, this is part of the reason why I'm like, dude, Crunchyroll just continuously fumbles ReZero for some reason because they fuck up the translations. Like literally in season 3, they have given the same character a different name in 4 fucking episodes.
And then it was even worse. I looked at you and I was like, yeah, they were just playing around in the snow. And you're like, dude, that was a side episode. I was like, a side what? And then I was just like, fuck!
Yeah, the fucking.
Been watching hour-long episodes and I watched filler? Fuck!
Yep.
Might as well be watching Naruto at this point.
Yep. Hey, to be fair though,
Oh.
hey, that was like what, 1 episode of filler? You have
It was.
you have to be
No.
Actually-
Every director's cut episode is an episode and then an episode of filler.
Well, that can't be true because there's only 3 OVAs.
What's the time episode between the director's cut episodes and the regular episodes?
Regular episodes are 24 minutes. Director's cut, what they do is they
Yeah,
take
see, there's a
multiple
filler in
episodes-
there.
No, but there's no filler in ReZero except for OVAs, and you don't have to watch OVAs. That's why I didn't
Ugh.
recommend the director's cut, is because it has the OVAs. The OVAs are
that's what
filler,
I'm
that's why they
saying.
don't put it in the actual anime.
That's what I'm saying. I'm watching half filler, half regular episode.
Yeah, that's your own fault. You put yourself in that position.
No, I didn't. Crunchyroll gave me this because that. Hold on.
Okay,
This is a
are you
complaint
going
that
to continue
everybody?
watching
No.
the director's cut?
Yeah, of course, because I'm
Then
stubborn.
you putting yourself in this position then.
Yeah, because it means I can justifiably continuously hate ReZero. It's great.
He's becoming a contrarian, guys. We gotta kill him.
I love this because like every other place I'll like shift my opinion, I'll be reasonable, and I'll change it as long as like everybody presents me evidence and everything.
No.
But you know, watching ReZero, I prefer just to hate it.
No, it's gonna be so funny because you're gonna finish
Also,
season 3.
just like the line writing for the dub is just bad.
That's because it's Crunchyroll. They literally use AI for some of their translations.
Yeah, but that's like a top rated show and it shouldn't be. Because the dub for Solo Leveling is crazy.
Okay, that bait I won't fall for.
That beat you up on damn. You hooking damn.
You got me on everything else, but that one I'm sitting here, I'm putting my foot down. Also,
And like Netflix has a better dub for Don to Don. Like some shows are just better with dub. I don't know what you want.
yeah, I think the consensus here is that Crunchyroll is fucking stupid.
Well, yeah, because they tried to buy all of anime, but they weren't prepared to handle all of anime.
Oh, also, how funny would it be if like you shit on ReZero all the way through until you're done with it, and then we have a podcast like a day or two after you finish ReZero, and you're like, "This was a masterpiece, by the way." Could you imagine my reaction?
I'm imagining
if it was
I
just
I'm
like
imagining
fucking 12 months of you saying this shit sucks ass, and then you finish
No.
season 3 and you're like, that was a masterpiece.
You know what? In between this episode and the next episode of the podcast, I will finish ReZero and get all the way caught up because my genuine
All the way caught up. I
terrible
don't
reaction-
think you're gonna have time.
my genuine reaction is actually kind of shocking. I'm worried that my reaction at the end of this is going to be it was like a 7 out of 10.
I'm trying to think. So you're on episode
7.
of the director's cut, so that's like episode fucking
Return to the capital.
Return to the Okay, so yeah, you saw Puck come out of the castle, right?
Self-proclaimed Knight Natsuki Subaru.
Oh.
That's what it says in the title. I'm not looking any further into it. At the order of the Council of Elders, the
Okay. That's right. You're still in like the technical prologue. I see. Okay. I know where you're at. You're at the part where they're going back because Subaru needs to heal his gate and Amelia's gonna go to the royal selection. Shit to get it started. I see.
Yes.
Okay. So you have another 12 episodes of season 1. And you have 24 episodes of season 2. And 16 episodes of season 3.
It'll be fine. I'll clear them. It'll be fine.
In 7 days.
Yep.
This is like a me thing. Like I would do this.
Yeah,
if you can do this, I will be shocked. Holy shit. Because I mean, you have a job. I don't. I'm fucking.
That's true.
I have all the time in the world to sit there and watch like fucking 60 episodes of an anime.
God, the worst part is I have so many better shows to be watching. God, I was just getting the good parts of Doctor Who as well.
You guys see this?
Anyways.
You guys see this dude over here? It is so funny though, because out of everyone that I've shown ReZero or that I've recommended ReZero to, you would be the only one that would say it's bad. Which I think is fitting and the funniest fucking thing on the planet.
Nah, it's pretty bad.
Okay, actually make that 2 because
Episode
but he hasn't
13
even
is
watched it.
fucked.
Actually, it was 15, sir.
Oh, sorry. Episode 15 is fucked.
You haven't even gotten to that episode yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me watch 2 more
You're-
episodes
you're
as you've
wa-
described it to me.
You're watching this with Bree, aren't you?
Well, apparently I gotta drop her for a second so I can get caught up on this.
Oh yeah, that would be tough to like for scheduling. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So I'll probably burst
want-
ahead a little bit.
I want you to tell her, hey, by the way, episode 15 is fucked.
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay,
Nobody's
hold on.
gonna do that.
Hold on.
I'm gonna be like, man, I read so much of Berserk, you know, it's kind of tame.
How much of Berserk?
You know, like the
Because
first.
last I
120.
knew, you haven't even read most of it.
I read the first 120, and then I really need to get back to it. It's just sitting at the bottom of my manga map because it just keeps having the large number on it, and so I attack the littler numbers first. I don't like looking at the bottom of my manga map because there's several down there with so many chapters, like over hundreds of chapters.
Kazu, isn't it funny that he tries to get into these massive fucking manga and anime with incredible stories, incredible characters, and massive world building, and then he's like, nah, fuck these, bro.
I was still waiting
You-
for him to finish Death Stranding.
You can't even say that. I literally have read and watched all of One Piece. Like, I've just been there for the greatest haul of them all. It's been going on for 25 years.
Okay, so why
You
is
know,
it so
it's
hard
been going on
to
for
finish Death
25
Stranding?
years. Metal Gear.
Also true.
Yeah,
Although-
but I've either played a couple of the Metal Gears or watched you play the other ones.
You gotta play them.
Also,
I mean, to be fair, like 90% of the game is cutscenes. So does he?
Truthfully,
Yeah, that's what he's doing now.
hey, man,
truthfully, you don't
no
really
different than
play
watching
Metal.
anime.
Well, truthfully, that is Kojima's entire purpose for Metal Gear. You are not meant to play Metal Gear. Metal Gear is meant to play you.
Didn't he want to make movies at first?
Yes.
He still wants to make movies.
Yeah. I feel
He
like
just
it makes
says
sense.
he won't because he knows he's gonna make them too long.
Oh my
He-
god, yeah, dude, could you imagine a 30-hour Kojima movie?
Every week,
They
it's
have
just
those. It's called his games.
No.
it's yes, Metal Gear. You're just. Wait, how long is the cutscenes across like every like it only? How many? What's the hour count for all cutscenes across Metal Gear? We already did this once in the podcast, but I want to know it again. Oh,
Oh, guys, they announced a DLC for Bannerlord.
ooh.
Oh baby.
Yeah, war sales. So now we can get ships and naval combat, and they expanded the map and added a new faction.
Oh yeah.
No. Tell me how long. Ah. God damn it. Give me the exact number. Fuck. I know we calculated this before. I know we had somebody who did these numbers.
You not just Google it.
I tried, but everybody just keeps telling me Metal Gear Solid 4 has 8 hours and 40 minutes, and I'm like, yep, that seems about right.
Oh dude. That reminds me. A couple of my IRL friends.
Mhm.
Like Ethan, Jordan, them. they're getting Assassin's Creed Shadows, and it's funny because Ethan thinks it's gonna be bad, but he's gonna get it anyway because he plays every Assassin's Creed. Because he's the same as me with Pokemon, where he's like, dude, eventually it's gonna be good, right?
No.
Which I think Mirage had. I think Mirage was kind of split between people.
Yes.
Like, people either loved it or they hated it. But I was telling Ethan, I was like, dude, could you imagine if this game was like fucking 11 out of 10, that it brought a tear to your eye when you finished it? How funny that would be. Because of all of the shit that people have been throwing in Ubisoft's face over it. Like, imagine it's like the best Assassin's Creed.
Oh no, he's getting the times. It doesn't include
no.
portable ops. Oh fuck. Dude, the Phantom Pain S45.
Wait, there's no fucking way. Holy shit, hold on. Shadows actually has very positive reviews right now.
Here's my one problem is that I don't think Ubisoft can put out a major title like that without it being just mid.
Yeah, that's how everyone's describing the game, is that it's just mid.
It was my main concern, is that they put out so many games that the next one they make, they usually just do a couple of upgrades to the systems, take out a couple of things, a couple more things that people didn't want to disappear, and then it just ends up mid.
I mean, right now, it seems like the game's getting a lot of support on the Steam comments. People are saying,
probably,
this is better than I expected, considering everyone was trying to throw it under the bus.
That's the problem, is I'd probably describe it, getting my hands on it, as probably like a 6 or a 7.
You want to put that in comparison, Marcus? Look at their past titles and how they're all also very positive despite their reputations.
The
big issues I'm seeing that, or the people who are not recommending the game right now are talking about how they're having issues with Ubisoft Connect, or they're having issues with running the game. Here, hold on. Yeah, let me look at the other titles. Assassin's Creed.
Alright. Let's go over
here.
this. Everybody, let's go to the wiki. We're going to describe which Assassin's Creeds were good. We did this before, we'll do it again.
I see. Why, literally every single fucking Assassin's Creed except for Liberation HD and Chronicles of Russia.
Yeah, you see the problem there.
And Chronicles of India. Almost all of them are either mostly positive or very positive. Okay, so I wonder if this begs the question then. Who the fuck are the people that are complaining? Because they're obviously in the minority compared to Steam reviews.
Okay.
Congratulations, you've just learned how the internet works.
So you know how...
so they're just people that are just not buying the fucking game and they're complaining to complain. I mean, obviously there's the grifters, which I already knew about.
Yeah.
Oh, the grifters buy the game too, just so they can make posts on it.
And then they give it a positive review.
And then
I wouldn't be surprised.
And then they do 8 steps just to bitch about the game.
Because I know that they're... The one that I watched Ethan play, I think it was the one during the American Revolution or something, I think.
That was 3.
Yeah, 3.
Was it 3? Hold on. Assassin's Creed.
Alright. Assassin's Creed 1 is good, but it's not great.
Wait,
Assassin's Creed 2 is great. Brotherhood and Revelations are good.
Brotherhood was fantastic. I loved Brotherhood. And that was like the only one I played, so...
Then Black Flag was excellent. Everybody loved Black Flag.
I guess hands down the best.
Also, the one that I watched Ethan play was Unity, I think.
Well, that takes place in a... Alright.
Yeah, I thought it was the American Revolution, but I think it takes place in Britain or something, or France. Yeah, France.
Yeah. Unity's France, Britain, yeah, for the American Revolution.
I was watching him play that, and the story...
Or not the American Revolution, Industrial Revolution. Blah.
The story seemed kind of cool, but the game was literally, like, barely held together by fucking... a piece
Unity
of
had a
someone's
rough
ball hair.
launch.
Yeah,
Unity had the
like,
had the
dude,
roughest launch out of all of
I
them.
was watching him play it, and a fucking NPC spawned behind him while he was walking through a mansion and started attacking him, and I was like, dude, what the fuck is happening?
That's the one where the protagonists or some of the NPCs would just glitch out and people would just see NPCs walking
Yeah.
around with their eyes exposed and
Yeah.
Oh,
stuff.
like floating teeth and eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, and then also there was an instance where he started fighting a dude, and then the guy took out his weapon and immediately put it back and was like, must have been the wind, and then just started walking away. And I was like, dude, what is happening in this fucking game, bro?
Skyrim is special.
Yeah, I was like, this is crazy.
But like Black Flag and Rogue were great. Unity came out of a glitchy mess, but it turned around after a couple of updates, and then Syndicate was actually pretty good because they built upon Unity, and honestly, the entire setting and everything was great, as Kazu described it last time we talked about it.
I saw someone on Twitter say, I can't wait for Shadows to have record sales, and then people try to backtrack and say that, oh, it actually wasn't that bad, it was actually really good or something.
Honestly, the thing I just wish the Assassin's Creed series would have done sooner was actually having us face mythological horrors faster. Because that's something I actually did enjoy in Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla was like the Minotaur and like this. There was like actual mythical beings to go vanquish.
Oh god, it has 1 million players already at 4 p.m. in Canada.
Oof.
Dude, this might actually be the funniest fucking thing, because I... Watching all of this happen until release where everyone's like, dude, this game is gonna be fucking dog shit, brother. Just for it to release, and there's already 1 million fucking players to happen, because I thought it was gonna be hilarious. Now I just need everyone to be
Currently-
like, nah, this game was fire, so I can just be like, dude.
Well, what I need this to invigorate in Ubisoft is for them to keep their IPs and continue working on them in smaller form. And I need them dismantle as much of Ubisoft as they can. Because right now
Oh,
they're
man.
planning on selling off certain IPs possibly to EA and various other studios across the industry, possibly. So we'll see what the future of Ubisoft holds after Shadows. Because they can make good games still. The last Prince of Persia game was received extremely well, and then they disbanded the entire studio.
Yeah, what
Rest in
Ubisoft
peace.
did was fund it and publish it. They didn't make it.
There is something interesting here, though, because apparently you can play Shadows if you have the Ubisoft subscription. So
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you actually even have to buy the game or not. You can just subscribe to Ubisoft and be able to play it.
Oh, I'll
And-
just get the maximum tier on PlayStation then, because it includes the Ubisoft thing.
But people in the
That
comments
way
are
I'll get-
saying Steam players didn't get the memo, and they're sending screenshots of Steam charts, and every single one of them, I see a community note that says Steam records concurrent players for any given moment, not totally unique players, and it only records them for the Steam platform. Consoles and non-Steam versions are not counted in this number. And also it says, also at the time of writing, Assassin's Creed Shadows is the #1 selling game on Steam. And that's like, that community note is on every single comment here of people saying they're not playing this game on Steam.
I feel like this is the first time in a while that I feel an Assassin's Creed got released around nothing.
Honestly,
There's
yeah.
like nothing that released with this one.
Maybe that's why it's been so quote-unquote controversial, is because Wild has been out for like almost 3 weeks now.
Anybody who wanted to get into high rank is probably in high rank, but anybody who's just been waiting for the series to come back in any form, especially since this is a setting that everybody has wanted
Yeah,
in this.
absolutely. Like, I remember back in 2018, Ethan was like, dude, if they made an Assassin's Creed in Japan, that would be the most fire shit imaginable.
it literally was the thing everybody's been waiting for. They've been constantly just holding it over, and then they release it, and I get that there's complaints about it. But God, do I hate the fact that if I play it, I'm going to feel like it's like they could have put more effort into it.
That's how I always feel with like Ubisoft games now.
That's how I feel with all modern AAA developers. Couldn't they have cared a little bit more?
Also, Clover said it's the top game on Steam right now, but there's so many other games that have more players right now than Assassin's Creed. I mean, I feel like that. I feel like that argument is kind of nuanced because it's like obviously free to play games are gonna have more players than Assassin's Creed. It's a $70
Yeah.
game.
What we're more talking about is that single player games, the numbers are astronomical.
Yeah, like you have to compare it to single player games.
No.
Also, you have
No?
to, I feel like
All
comparing
right.
price. I feel like comparing prices is also
Okay.
like if you're gonna compare the prices on the launch of a $30 single player game to a $70 single player game, you gotta like kind of take that into the equation as well.
Here's my main complaint. You want to know what Ubisoft would have done if they would have just removed any bad will or anything, and they would have been cooking with this release? Imagine that instead of their 2 upcharged bullshit tiers, what if those were just included natively with the regular game? If they just were like, you know, we've done gamers dirty over the years, so we're including the deluxe and the gold version just natively with the regular version of the game. It's $60. Go ahead.
They would never do that.
I know,
feel like
but they
that
would have torn the market open.
I feel like
I don't
that's.
think they would have.
I think there's too much risk with that because if the game is bad, then no
it's
one gives a
70
fuck.
anyways.
Also, if the game is bad, then no one gives a fuck about getting the deluxe edition or anything with the base game. They're just gonna be like, this game was fucking horrible. What is wrong with you guys?
Oh, they don't even have a gold version either. They just have a digital deluxe. Huh. If Ubisoft is going away from like the little extra bits, I'm happy. Because I always thought that the stupid 2 fucking versions of it were overpriced. At some point, I'll pick up Mirage.
No.
No? Alright. Never
Got him.
mind. You heard him.
Damn.
I'm not doing it.
Cooked him.
Other than that, that's all I got for this wonderful week.
This was a good one.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
And we've always had 4 hosts, and 4 hosts have always been here. Anybody else who says otherwise is crazy or dumb.
What are you talking about, dude?
I know.